Brendan O'Hara.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and may I begin by congratulating the work done by the Foreign Affairs Committee in producing this excellent and thoughtful report. And may I also commend the report to any honourable member who hasn't had a chance to read it. And I hope that the Prime Minister also takes cognizance of the fact that the Foreign Affairs Committee, when they reported last night that they were not adequately convinced that the concerns contained in their report had been met. And the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Foreign Affairs report, just 3-4 weeks ago said that the extraordinary complexity of the situation on the ground meant there were few reliable counterparts and that there appeared little chance of a legitimate functioning ally emerging from the chaos any time soon. Now, Mr. Speaker, miraculously, we are expected to believe that there are some 70,000, quote, moderate troops ready to fight on our behalf. I give way to my honourable friend.
I'm grateful to my honourable friend for giving way. Much has rightly been made in this House by members on both sides of the chamber about the professionalism and dedication of our armed service men and women. Do they not have the right to know who they will be fighting alongside in any conflict they are set to?
I absolutely agree with my honourable friend, and one can only conclude that this 70,000 figure has been a convenient arithmetical creation. That I will come to you in a moment, to let me finish this point, that adds together a multitude of people from different cultures, different factions and with widely differing ambitions for the future of Syria. And I agree that one should be told who exactly they are. I fear that the 70,000 figure, this claim, will define this Prime Minister's drive for military intervention in the Middle East, in the same way that a claim of being just 45 minutes from attack has defined a previous Prime Minister's justification for earlier misadventures in the Middle East. I give way to my...
I'm grateful to the honourable gentleman for giving way. I've been so kind about the Foreign Affairs Select Committee. The least he deserves is another minute. Could I draw his attention not only, obviously, to the Prime Minister's statement, but he might want to look at Charles Lister's work, who's a visiting fellow at the Brookings Doha Centre and who has blogged on the Spectator site, where he breaks down the 75,000 reasonably accurately. So I suggest he looks at that. But of course, the key issue here is the change over the last month at Vienna, which
Mr. Speaker, and I do commend the report. I think it is a first-class piece of work. The report also said that any UK involvement in airstrikes would be unlikely to be a war-winning intervention. Indeed, Sir Simon Maile, when speaking to the committee, said that this is not a war-winning air campaign by any stretch of the imagination. And even the most enthusiastic cheerleader for UK airstrikes in Syria have to agree that very few planes will actually be involved, and our contribution will be extremely small. But at the same time, the Prime Minister was telling us that a major military plank of the argument for airstrikes was that we had a unique contribution to make. And that unique contribution was a Brimstone missile. Indeed, it was the Prime Minister himself who went on the record as saying that UK Brimstone missiles were the unique asset that the UK and the RAF had to bring, and we were being lobbied by coalition partners in order to bring that to the theatre. But as I pointed out to the Prime Minister, the Royal Saudi Arabian Air Force have been using Brimstone missiles since February of this year. And I asked them specifically that question. Mr. Speaker, let's be honest, the UK government's desire to take part in the bombing of Syria is less of a military contribution and more of a political statement. This government has, since 2013, felt left on the sidelines, and it has been itching to get a piece of the action. And similarly, with so much of the UK's thinking, this is more to do with how the UK will look to other people than it does asking what good we can do. Mr. Speaker, no thank you. Decades of military intervention in the Middle East, and we do not have a success to show. Mr. Speaker, there are more than enough people dropping bombs on Syria. We do not have to add to the chaos and the misery and the inevitable civilian casualties by adding to that. Yes, Daesh are evil, and yes, they have to be defeated, and yes, we have a contribution to make. But dropping bombs from 34,000 feet is not the way to do it. Let us not repeat the mistakes of the past. Let us embark on another Middle Eastern misadventure. Let's not us embark on another Middle East misadventure and go in without a credible plan to win the peace and secure the future for Syria.